I think this is a call for action. All of us need to look within ourselves, see how we can improve ourselves. Teach your sons, teach your brothers, teach your fathers also. Of courage for people to come out of their routine and acknowledge that something has happened around them. I think the biggest injustice we do to these victims is we don't talk about it much, right? So that sort of creates a cycle of abuse for the abuser as well, right? Most of the women, they don't feel safe at their workplaces. I would like to share a few things. So we've all gathered here today to discuss a very grave injustice that has not only shaken our society but ourselves also to the core. The recent rape and murder of a duty doctor who was on call for the last 36 hours. Just imagine 36-hour duty. A girl, she was doing in her medical college where she felt safe. There she was raped and murdered, and still the perpetrators are at large. They've not been found. So this sort of a tragedy actually demands our immediate attention, and it has to be a collective attention. We can't just let this go away so simply. For any woman, her workplace is her sanctuary, right? She goes there, she feels safe. Her co-workers are supposed to be someone she sees as individuals who are going to protect her in a situation where she feels vulnerable. But unfortunately, most of these incidents, it can range from something very subtle, like a comment on what the woman is wearing, to something as bad as physical abuse. And like I said, it's a spectrum of threats. We really don't know what the woman is going through because our society is such that people don't talk about it. they just brush it off and they say it's okay, let's move on to another day. So all this trauma it leads to a lot of emotional distress for them, right? It's not something that they can really talk to anybody about, and they hold it within themselves. And this, unfortunately, like I said, creates a cycle of abuse. The abuser also feels more powerful in such a situation where he says that, you know, I can get away with anything, which is not the truth. So please speak up, and you also have to address this beyond your workplace. Like, all of us go to work, all of us are female colleagues, all of us have to step up beyond the workplace. Once I'm at office, I know that someone is being abused, I don't speak up about it, you are equally involved in the crime, right? You might be a woman, you might be a man who knows that something is going wrong, and if you don't speak up, then you are also equally, I think that's going to burn, please be careful. Yeah, so you are also equally contributing to the crime. So I think this is a call for action. All of us need to look within ourselves, see how we can improve ourselves. Teach your sons, teach your brothers, teach your fathers also, right? We live in a very regressive society where even our fathers need to be educated about what women need to be addressed about, right? So please educate them. You know, someone is always watching you, right? You are never alone, and the only person that you have to fear is God and the man in the mirror. No one else is going to hold you responsible. Only you know what you are. So try to evolve, become a better person, become an evolved human being. The only way you're going to do that is by respecting the boundaries of a person. And the bottom line is, she is never asking for it. Not by the way she dresses, not by the way she walks, not by the company she keeps, not by the time she comes back home. She is not asking for it. So until and unless she is asking for it, you are not going to even think about it, right? Thank you so much for the opportunity, ma'am. I am very happy. On some level, I think the Chief Justice also agrees now that, you know, more stringent workplace ethics have to come in. A lot more workplace order has to come in. I think they're working towards making it a safer workplace for most women. I want to read out for all of you. Today we stand together to raise awareness about the critical need for women's safety at all times and in all places. The recent tragic event is a stark reminder that sexual violence is a pervasive issue that demands our urgent attention. We must educate ourselves and others on the realities of sexual violence and work to create environments where women are respected and protected. It's our collective responsibility to ensure that every woman feels safe, whether at work, in public or at home. Let's commit to making this change because everyone deserves to live without fear.
Teaching good touch, bad touch, how to do self-defense to the kids of that generation. So the upcoming generations are prepared, learning martial arts, karate, everything. But what we need to teach is the ones who are there right now, who have not had education. So being a female rider, I need to like hide my hair to not show to the to the society or to the fellow commuters that I am a female. So what I want to say right now is that I know you all must be thinking, okay, I will teach my kids, we'll tell our sisters, we'll do that. But one humble request would be is that since you are my biking brother, right? So how about you help those female commuters on road? If you see a chapri rider following a female rider, even if she's on a motorbike, if she's on a car, if she's on a two-wheeler, you step up and help them. That is the only request I would do right now to all my biking brothers. That is the only thing I would say. Thank you.
So don't think that like you are weak. No woman is weak. As per my point of view, anyone can resist from anyone, like fight anyone, because there are women wrestlers. You have seen a lot how they are getting trained. It's not about how you're getting trained, but also you should have the mindset of how you help yourself. Like in these kinds of situations, you are only the only person with you. They might be a gang or mob or a multiple men, but you are the only one with you. So you have to learn how to help yourself. Gain this train this self-defense, and also teach other women who are not educated about how to help themselves. So try to educate everyone, like who doesn't know about all these things. I think in villages and other places where they don't have internet or any support of digital channels, they wouldn't even know about these views. So try to educate anyone you find. So educate them how to behave in these situations, how to help themselves.
Then only we can stop. We can't say that everything is law, everything is everyone. It is our responsibility as well. We are, as bikers today, we are here.
It's not about age, okay? People talk about the way a woman dresses, okay? Forget it. A 6-month-old baby, right from a 60-plus-year-old woman, nobody is being left out alone. It's just us, we men, we have to stand for it, right? We have to go protect our women. Our women are not just limited to our house. It's our community at your workplace. It's on the streets. When you're riding, when you're driving, when you're traveling in a public, space. When you're at work. See, something is wrong, stand up for her, man. I'm sure nobody would stop you. Like I said, I'm really out of words. I don't know what to say. The situation is too saddened. It's not just sexual assault on someone. It's a brutal murder. Imagine the amount of pain she must have gone through. We are bikers. We keep falling down. One scrape on the knee, we don't walk for months. Okay, one ligament tear, we don't walk for months. One scratch, we don't walk for weeks. Imagine bones breaking in your body. These monsters not hitting you.
And Gana Bajana, and they were teaching. And I was like, no matter what I was doing, because I don't have to stop. If they will do it, I'll turn my bike. I have done this a lot of times. But I was really scared inside. And it was not even 2 kilometers, it was around 5 kilometers. In that ride, I was with my friends. Naeem is here. Later on, I told Naeem that you left it and I was alone. I was really feeling scared, and that day, the light was not there in the high-tech city. And मुझे इतना समय लग रहा था कि I was feeling helpless. And as usual, मैं हनुमान चालीसा I was reciting multiple times.
Household. So we can also go and tell them, because they always get suppressed by their bosses. Who's the boss at the final thing is going to be either, now it is increasing, but most of it is the male community. So give there also an emphasis. So there are few places we generally go and educate them, but related to education, technology and all, but not into this part of it. So if anybody is interested, then yeah, we can push it.
I think most of us have contacts in Hyderabad, at least, right? She knows a lot of people in the police. I know a lot of people who work for she-teams. I know a lot of people who work otherwise in other places where women's safety and other concerns are there. I'm sure someone in some group will always respond.
Yes.
Right? Use the group not only to boast about your Instagram followers and your profiles or whatnot. Also use it as your safe space. You find a group within the group who is going to accept whatever you say. I'm sure a lot of guys here who are very pro women, they understand their problems, that is why they are here today. I see a lot of people, a lot of good faces, a lot of guys who are quite influential in what they do. They can get the message across on your behalf. I think to reach out to people is not very difficult. It just takes about 5 seconds. Put a voice message. If you can't type the whole thing out, just put a voice message, say I need help, I'm right here. Put a live location if possible. And someone will reach you. And that's a guarantee. At least I know BKH, with the sheer number of people there, someone will definitely reach out to you. There are a lot of other groups that are formed now, subgroups also. I'm sure there are people who really want to help you. There are people even at 3 AM in the middle of the night checking the group. Right? So people are still active, people are always available for you. Please do not hesitate to speak out or reach for help. That is the least you can do. Forget fighting 10 men, fighting 10 people, fighting a crowd. So we are always here, just reach out. I think that's the bottom line. Shweta, I think people should just come out and say this has happened to me. It can happen to you. Right? So you should not become a victim and then, basically, like I said, you don't encourage the abuser. I'm sure it's not the first time he's done it, right? It's not the first time he's done it. He wouldn't have the courage to do it the first time. The first time he's done it and he gets away with it, he gets more courage. And put a stop to it. And it has to come from you. You put a stop to it. I have two daughters. I know their future looks very bad. But I understand from within that, when they grow up to a point where they have to defend themselves, they're going to kick every guy's ass whenever they see them. So I am going to bring them up to a point where I build a community around them which makes them feel very safe. That's what all of us should aspire to be, guys and girls also. Right? Thank you so much for turning out.